of the night, a Rockledge police officer turns into oncoming lanes trying to avoid a traffic stop. An Orlando police officer picking up his daughter from school stumbles through a field sobriety test in broad daylight.
It's here. 3.
9 Investigates obtained this body camera video of a traffic stop prompted by erratic driving. Watch as the driver flashes his Lake County Sheriff's Office ID.
Are you a deputy?
Yes.
Why are you driving so crazy, man?
Cases like these prompted 9 Investigates to wonder just how often those sworn to keep the public safe are instead putting other drivers at risk. We filed dozens of records requests and uncovered nearly 400 Florida officers charged with DUI statewide over the last 5 years. About 50 worked for law enforcement agencies here in Central Florida.
If you got a badge and you took an oath, then there's no excuse.
Bill DeMont lost his daughter, Carrie Ann, to a drunk driver 10 years ago on the Brevard-Orange County line.
The numbness doesn't go away. There's always a trigger.
Seeing videos like this is one of them.
Why'd you park there?
A Daytona Beach police officer had already crashed his truck into a pole when officers caught up to him just last month.
I'm a cop too,
But 9 Investigates found that cop wouldn't even be included in the 400 DUIs we uncovered because his criminal case is still pending along with the department's internal case. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Training and Standards Commission likely won't consider suspending or revoking his certification until years from now.
They are not automatically notified.
Carlos Espinosa runs internal affairs at the Kissimmee Police Department, which he proudly points out does not currently have any officers on this list. But he walks us through how these cases are handled.
It is up to the individual agencies and their internal affairs section or their department heads to make sure those notifications are sent forth.
So it's possible some may be slipping through the cracks because you're relying on a human to do the right thing.
Yes.
And 9 Investigates found plenty of other ways officers could avoid being added to this list.
This deputy was arrested for driving under the influence, and ultimately that was reduced to a charge of reckless driving.
This FDLE commission can still consider whether to take the officer's badge, but only if the department notifies the commission that it was really a DUI.
So I know I messed up, but I don't want to make no excuses.
This North Florida deputy served 2 days in jail, 50 hours of community service, 6 months probation, mandatory counseling, and got his job back.
Since that time, he's been an excellent employee, no disciplines, and actually been promoted.
But 9 Investigates found some officers suspected of drunk driving don't even get charged.
Do you have anybody that can come pick you up? Yep. Yep. Somebody coming? Yep.
Lake County fired this officer anyway for failure to maintain what it considers good moral character. Bill DeMont believes that's the way it should be.
You're human. You have bad days. You make some bad decisions. But you don't get to make those decisions as a law enforcement. That's just my opinion.
Good morning, and welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m. bright and early right here at Home on the Range. Thank you so much for being here today, folks. You know I appreciate you, especially since we got to start the day out talking about sassy hair. This guy, nice hair, sassy. Cop charged with assault on teens following DHS high school incident. And this sassy cop's name is Johnny Acosta, age 30, and he was formally charged with 1 count each of assault with a gun, assault by a public officer, and filing a false report. Desert Hot Springs, California. A former Desert Hot Springs police officer was charged last week with assault and other crimes in connection with use of force against juveniles a year ago. On November 7th, 2025, Johnny Acosta, age 30, was formally charged with 1 count each of assault with a gun, assault by a public officer, and filing a false report, all felonies. The accused has yet to be arraigned. Oh, sassy. According to Riverside County Sheriff's Department, the investigators were asked by DHS Police Department to look into Acosta following a November 8th, 2024 incident at the Desert Hot Springs High School. What happened? Shortly before 2 a.m. this morning, DHS police were called to the school at 7500, 800, a bunch of numbers, Pearson Boulevard, regarding an alleged burglary and vandalism of the concession stand near the campus's football field. Oh, sassy, you weren't. He was. he needed some jawbreakers. He's got a jawbreaker addiction. Just kidding. Moving on, Acosta, who is still a DHS police officer at that time, was on the call. When officers arrived at the scene, they spotted 4 males inside the concession stand. Oh, I thought it was him. All of the suspects took off running, but one individual was quickly apprehended and a use of force incident occurred. Oh, jawbreaker in real life? I don't know. According to the Sheriff's Department and the DHS police, after searching the area, officers found a second suspect and an additional use of force incident took place at that arrest. Okay. The law enforcement agencies reported both of the suspects were 17 years old. One suffered minor injuries during the arrest. The Sheriff's Department said Acosta was involved in both uses of force. Ooh. He does have a jawbreaker addiction. Allegedly. And that's according to the DHS. During an ongoing internal investigation of Acosta, the DHS Police Department also requested the Sheriff's Department to conduct an independent investigation into the officer. The results of that investigation were handed over to the Riverside County District's office, which led to these formal charges against Acosta. So now, on November 7th, 2025, Acosta was arrested without incident by members of the Riverside County District's Attorney's Office Gang Impact Unit. Whoa. He was booked into the John J. Benoit Detention Center in Indio, and his bail was set at $30,000. Acosta remains out of custody pending his next court appearance. Somebody sprung him. On November 8th, 2024, Acosta was placed on administrative leave by the DHS Police Department, and on March 27th, 2025, he was fired, according to the agency. So he's just been sitting there waiting. Tick-tock, sassy. Okay, that's it for that guy. Thanks for being here, folks. Let's move on with the show.
2 weeks after this cell phone video went viral, the officer behind the wheel, identified by investigators as Baltimore police officer Robert Parks, is off the job and now facing criminal charges.
The charges brought forward in this indictment reflect the seriousness and dangerous nature of the actions we all witnessed in the viral video of Officer Parks driving his vehicle directly at a civilian while on duty.
Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates announcing Officer Parks has been charged with attempted second-degree murder and reviewing what he says cell phone video and area surveillance captured in North Baltimore back on October 28th.
Officer Robert Parks drove to Wiley Liquors Bar.
In this indictment, investigators say Officer Parks instructed a group of people outside Wiley Liquors Bar to take a lap, and then a short time later attempted to stop a man by the name of Mr. Smith. During today's press conference, Bates confirming he had a misdemeanor warrant out for his arrest. In this indictment, investigators say Officer Parks instructed the man to walk towards him, but the man refused.
Officer Parks proceeded to drive his police cruiser onto a paved driveway directly at the individual and with increasing speed.
Then, in this grassy area, investigators say Officer Parks actually struck the man with his patrol vehicle. The incident captured on this viral video. Fox 45 News talking with the man who recorded it.
On my mind, automatically, the camera is power. So once I pull this out, I know I got him. The police car, fast as coming, ready hit my man like for no reason.
Then Fox 45 News also questioning the police commissioner.
Best thing we can do is what we've been doing is be transparent. We saw it. We don't like it. We did something about it.
The department confirming this week Officer Parks was now suspended without pay. Now the 5-year veteran of the department facing criminal charges. State's Attorney Bates also on public trust.
When a police officer threatens the safety of those who are sworn to protect, it erodes the crucial trust between the community and law enforcement that is critical to the historic reductions on violent crime in our city.
Uh-oh, what do we have here? I think we have Bad Santa. He's a police officer who's been arrested for alleged injury to child. What happened? Did the kid turn in his Christmas list a little too early? Before Thanksgiving? That's a no-go? Maybe he was just trying to save you some money, Bad Santa. Black Friday's coming up. What really happened? San Antonio, a police officer has been arrested on charges of injuring a child in connection with incidents that investigators say happened off-duty last year. Okay. Officer Jacob Ryan, who has been with the department for 5 years, turned himself into the Bexar County Sheriff's Office after a warrant was issued for his arrest. He faces 3 felony counts of injury to a child. The department said Ryan has been moved to administrative duty while it conducts an investigation. That's all we know about Bad Santa. Thanks for being here, folks. Let's move on with the show.
A former Bellevue police officer has been arrested following a child enticement investigation. 38-year-old Ryan Augustin was taken into custody Friday on manufacturing of child sexual abuse material charges. The Bellevue Police Department was notified of potential criminal conduct involving Augustin. That's when he was placed on leave pending an internal investigation by the Nebraska State Patrol. He was fired and then arrested Friday. The investigation is ongoing.
They got some wily officers way down Texas way. This is a Brazoria police officer, and he's been arrested in Lavaca County on firearm and evading charges. He's a wild-looking character. A provisional Brazoria police officer is no longer with the city after his arrest early Friday in Lavaca County. That's what the authorities have confirmed. Probationary officer Richard Sedgwick, age 56. That guy's only 56. Whoa, living hard down there in Texas. He was booked into the Lavaca County Jail, 2:12 a.m. Records show he was charged with evading arrest or detention with a vehicle and unlawful carrying of a weapon. Quote, he was off duty going home, Brazoria Assistant Police Chief Edward Srebalios said. I don't have the details other than that, but he didn't stop for the police that tried to stop him. The department does not issue firearms, and the weapon involved was Sedgwick's personal gun. That's what Srebalios said. Sedgwick joined the department September 17th and had completed field training, but not field sobriety. What's going on around here? Anyways, Srebalios said he had no prior complaints or disciplinary actions. Quote, we were notified by Lavaca County officials after the arrests, and Sedgwick resigned the next day. The Brazoria Police Department is cooperating fully with the investigation there with the Lavaca County folks, and the Facts has filed, that's the name of this newspaper, an open records request with Lavaca County Sheriff's Office for additional details. We want to know if this old goofball was, but we ain't a legend just yet. Thanks for being here, folks. Let's move on with the show.
Justice for Randy Cox.
It's been over 3 months since Randy Cox was paralyzed, which his family says was caused by a sudden stop in a New Haven police van. He was not wearing a seatbelt.
Today, he had to go be put back in the hospital because he got bed sores. And as Lou Rabano and us discussed, the doctors say this is going to be a regular thing forever.
On Tuesday, attorneys representing Cox filed a federal lawsuit for $100 million against the 5 officers involved in the incident and the city of New Haven. However, Cox's legal team is hoping the city won't let this case go to trial.
And the city has a right to say to this mother, we're not going to put you through all of that.
The mayor and police chief were at Tuesday's announcement. Mayor Justin Elliker says the city is committed to do the right thing.
We need to make sure that we see this process through and do it deliberatively and appropriately.
At some point in time, as happens in almost every civil case, whether sooner rather than later, I can't tell you the particular time here, there will become a time probably when settlement will be discussed.
Mayor Elliker says the state attorney's office is expected to conclude its investigation into the incident by mid-November. Once that is complete, an internal affairs investigation will begin.
I want to see them fired and arrested.
Meanwhile, lawyers say Cox is in and out of the hospital, unable to do anything for himself, and his mental health has also taken a toll.
I am the one that's there most of the time, helping him eat.
He often wakes up in the middle of a dream he's having where he's running or walking. He wakes up realizing that he's paralyzed.
Well, today we learned more about one of the New Haven officers investigated for an arrest that left a man paralyzed. He is now a free man. According to court records, Ronald Presley received a suspended sentence and a 6-month conditional discharge last week. He was one of 5 New Haven cops investigated in the case of Randy Cox, who was paralyzed when he hit the wall of a police van in June of 2022. Presley retired from the police department that year and pleaded guilty to a reckless endangerment charge.
Well, we made it through another show. I really appreciate you being here to watch the Bad Apple Report with me right here at home on the range every morning. You guys are really awesome. And I guess I jumped the gun a little bit yesterday on the winter announcement, but I'm prepared to tell you winter's going to suck. even though I'm an optimist, as you know. You guys are just the very best. I hope to see you tomorrow, and have a great day.